Hey, it's Josh Whitfield with signaliz.com. So, wanted to take a few minutes just to show you, kind of give you a little bit of update of what we're building here and why we think, this can really make a difference in any campaign. It doesn't matter if you're doing outbound email, doesn't matter if you're doing LinkedIn outreach, if you need to enhance an ICP list. Like we've built a pretty robust signal engine here, and we've done a lot of things over the last few weeks to make it better. It's affordable, and so I just want to get the word out so people can just see what kind of difference we can make in your campaign. So let me show you first how we've reformed some things as far as signing up for Signal is. And so you can come to the sign in button here, or the start building button here. If you don't already have an account, you come to sign up. If you have Google, I'm just going to use one of my Google accounts here, and let's see which one we want to use. I don't even think I have it. Oh, there it is. So we'll use this one, and we will sign in. And what you're going to see happen is a workspace gets created, and you immediately get 100 credits to start with, right? So here's your 100 credits. Here's the workspace that got created. And then if you come into the API Quick Start here, you're going to be able to quickly kind of navigate through creating your first API key, and you're going to need that for what I'm going to show you today. So if you hit create your API key, you can copy it. I would say copy it and save it, continue to integration. And here's some things I want to show you, right? So we've made it so it's a little bit easier. So if you want to integrate immediately into the tools you use, whether it's N8N, Clay, Zapier, or if you just want to make direct API recall requests, you can. And then if you hit view full guide here, we've got a detailed guide on like how to integrate with all of those, right? Today we're going to use Clay, and I'll show you this process here in Clay. But then from there, obviously, you can complete your setup, and then you can kind of go into the API docs if you want. You can start to explore the other aspects of the tool. But we spent a lot of time here in the API docs, just breaking down what I'm going to show you today does. And then the other thing is we built out a pretty robust help center. So that's built on Intercom. It's got a lot of good information there. So now that you have your API key, I want to show you just what we're doing here with Signal is. And I think, like, my background is GTM. We run an agency separate than this where we help, I think it's about 30 enterprise level clients at this point. And I just want to show you like a real table, real data, right? And so just for context, I pulled this table in here by just, doing find company within Clay. And if you wanted to do that as well, you could do find company and let's see, or find, maybe it's find companies. I can't remember all the time. Yeah, so find companies, and then you can come in here and search your companies. You can see I've got all these past searches here, and then you select how many you want to put in the table, right? And so I put 10,000, I think. Yeah, we put about over 10,000. And then I ran signals against all of them, right? And so as you can see, I have a filter here where the signal data is not empty. And yeah, so out of 10,000, we found signals in the last 90 days for 6,400 of them. And that was kind of a big test I wanted to run just to see how much coverage we were going to get, right? So, I mean, it's hard to find 65% of emails that you're looking for. So I'm pretty confident we're doing a pretty good job here with the coverage of the signal. But keep in mind, the way we built this API is it's very, very flexible. So a couple things I want to show you here, for example, is that it's company signal enrichment, API signalist.com. All it needs is a company name and a domain. The domain is actually not required. It will search for company names if it doesn't have a domain, since that isn't always the case. The things I want to stress here with the research prompt is you can be as specific or general as you want. As you can see, I'm saying find any recent signals of hiring, growth, and news. Very broad, like very broad, basic signal things. But we've tested on a bunch of different scenarios, including find signals that are indicative of why this company is a fit for this specific product slash domain, and found extremely powerful signals that way as well. Additionally, you have a target signal count. I would say 3 is pretty significant because they're all going to be in this look back days of 90 days. But it is flexible. If you want more, you can ask for more. You can also not have look back days. So if you want to go 120 days, 180 days, or just erase it completely, it's going to then find any signal it can within the last year. And then I would tell you right now, I've tested a multitude of models. I feel like Google Gemini Flash Lite is the best one that balances speed and efficiency. But keep in mind, we built this again to use any model you want. And so we are using the nomenclature from OpenRouter. You can see that within SignalIs. You can also go to OpenRouter. Yesterday, Claude 4.5 Opus came out, so you could use that. But as you use more expensive models, then we charge more, right? Because we are paying for the API call on every one of those. Google Gemini Flash is going to get you robust signals for a penny a row, meaning you are not going to pay more than a penny a row. And you are going to find, at least in this table, signal coverage within the last 90 days of 6,400 out of 10,000 leads that I just randomly pulled from Clay. So I would tell you this is a great model to use, and it has great coverage. And you'll see we're very intentional about how we pull signals here. So close this out here, show you the results, right? And so from a signal day perspective, I ran this yesterday. As you can see, highly relevant recent signals. I have this table sorted by date right now. We are a couple hundred in, and we're still right at within the last 2 weeks. And it's going to keep going and going and going, right? So what does a signal mean? What do we get back? Well, you remember the request. The request was, fine, I'll just show you it again. Find any recent signals of hiring growth in news. So every result will include a couple things. Number one, pricing. Very transparent. We show you what it cost us. We charge one base credit, which is 1 penny, and that's it. We always round down. So if you use a more powerful model, and this is like 1.5 cents, then we're going to charge you 1 cent plus a base credit. We're not going to round up to 2 cents. When you look at signals themselves, very specifically, you can see within the detail here that we have a very detailed outline of what we're pulling here, right? And so if you look in, you see the signal date, the signal type, the enrichment, the signal title. We always pull a source, right? So we do not believe in pulling data points that we can't source. We have content here, and we specifically explain why the signal is relevant. So here, posted a job opening on November 18th. We have a relevant score, and then we have a relevance reason. The signal directly indicates hiring for a key technical role, which is exactly what was in the prompt, if you remember hiring. Let's look at the second signal here. You see we have multiple job listings as a store manager from October. Again, a signal relevance reason. And third, another job advertisement October 10th, right? Now, why is this important? Because we also summarize, even give you more data, an executive summary, some insights, key themes, signal relevance together, et cetera, right? So all of this is critical to understanding how valuable this data is. And then I think even more importantly, I want to show you like this is 100% unique for every single company that we pull, right? So this is from a job posting on the 18th, relevancy, et cetera, et cetera. I'm just trying to go click through a few so you can see different signals. So, I guess this is actually talking about growth, right? Totally different signal, and speaking to their growth initiatives and referencing November 22nd, so just a few days ago. All that is to say, you're getting all of this data back. It doesn't matter if you use Zap. It doesn't matter if you use Clay. It doesn't matter what tool you use. You're getting this data. It's highly relevant. And I wonder at this point, like, how can this not help your campaigns, right? You can get very specific in your request. You can get very detailed. But the more detailed you get, the better data you're going to get, the more relevant you're going to get. And when you're using a tool like this and you're getting 6,500 signals, and you can do that in Zap, you can do that in Make, you can do that in anywhere you can call an API, then you're going to get better results in HeyReach. You're going to get better results in Instantly. You're going to get better results for your GTM team, for your SDRs and your BDRs, because you're going to be more informed. And I guess the question I leave you with is, why would you not do that at 1 cent a row, right? Like, there's so many other enrichments that you can use, but why would you not use this? So I hope you will see that we put a lot of effort into making this useful for you, returning a whole bunch of valuable information. I hope you'll jump into SignalIz, dive in, and see what we can do to help you. Thank you.